When I was a teenager, I really dreaded going to school, which sucked because I really enjoyed the process of learning new things, but I found myself coming under the fire of bullying quite a lot. And it just made me not want to go. It made me not want to go to school. There'd be a lot of days where I would just fake being sick so I didn't have to go to school. Just anything that could sort of just keep me away from the people that would basically just ruin my day during some very, very important transformative years of my life. I just found myself just not wanting to be there. However, eventually I discovered something that would change my life forever. A positive thing that would change my life forever. I remember a friend telling me about this club at lunchtimes called Magic the Gathering Club. And I was like, okay, I don't know what that is, but sign me up. I'm going. This was about 2004, I think. And I was like, if it gets me off the playground, it gets me out of the talons of the bullies, then yeah, let's go along. Let's check it out. And I basically discovered this game. I started learning it. I started playing it. And then every Wednesday at lunchtime, I'd go along to the club for many years. And then many days after school as well, I'd go along and I'd play Magic the Gathering with other people who went to this club. And it just became one of my favorite things in the world. It became one of my favorite games ever. To this day, I would say that alongside D&D, I do think Magic the Gathering is like one of the best games ever made, honestly. And it was very, very special to me. And it still is very special to me. And over the years since being a teenager, I've gone in and out of playing and collecting cards. It's not been a constant in my life, but it has been something that I'll sometimes fall back into, and I'll remember why I loved it so much. And maybe I'll buy some more cards, I'll play with some people, and I'm currently definitely in that sort of hyperfixation of Magic once again, which is exciting because a new set just came out and it's very cool. And I was looking through a bunch of my old cards. Like 2004 is when my collection kind of began, so I've got a lot of very old cards, and I was looking through them and I was like, they're not necessarily rare or worth a lot of money, but the thing I really, really loved to do as a kid was I'd get some cards and I would spend hours after school just like looking at the art, reading the flavor text, and just like engrossing myself in this game because it was like unreal. I'd never seen anything quite like it, especially because like my whole world was like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. So like that's all very bright and colorful. And then Magic the Gathering is kind of not really that. It's a lot darker and more sinister. And I've basically just like sort of gone through my collection and I've pulled out a little stack of just cards that like caught my eye, whether it's the artwork, whether it's the flavor text. And I just wanted to like look through them and read through them and show you why I love this game so much. So let's have a little look, shall we? So if you don't know anything about Magic the Gathering, this is what the back of the card looks like. I'm not going to explain all the rules of the game because there are a lot of rules. The main thing is that there are 5 different color types, and those 5 colors kind of represents different play styles, I guess you could say. For example, white uses lots of like angel creatures, that kind of thing, and birds and soldiers. And there's a lot of like lifelink involved where like you gain more life back so you can sustain yourself and live for longer. Blue has a lot of counterspell magic where you can stop your opponents from doing things. I always really liked blue. Black is a lot of undead zombie type of stuff, a lot of spells that just outright kill your opponent's creatures. Red typically is a lot of burn spells that just directly do an X amount of damage to a creature or your opponent, and lots of small little like goblins and stuff like that they come out and then they attack, ping, 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 really small but really fast. And then green are like the large hulking beasts that maybe take a while to play, but when they are out on the field, they dish out a lot of damage. But then there's also like a ton of other ways to play all of these colors and stuff. So it really is like a game of unlimited combinations and unlimited possibilities. But let's take a look at some cards that caught my eye. Akroma, Angel of Wrath. No rest, no mercy. no matter what. So this is an angel legend, a 6/6 with flying, first strike, trample, haste, protection from black, and protection from red, and vigilance. Except I guess vigilance wasn't a key word back here, because it says attacking doesn't cause Akroma, Angel of Wrath, to tap. Now it would just say vigilance. I was so proud when I got this card. I remember trading it with this older kid who would come to Magic the Gathering Club, and I'm pretty sure I got a bad deal. I'm pretty sure I gave him some really good rares, but doesn't matter. I remember being really proud of this card because it does so many things, and the artwork's so cool. Look at these golden wings and the purple hair and the massive sword that she wields. I just thought this was a really, really cool card. Always one of my just favorites. For today's standard, maybe this is not so great anymore, as we'll probably see with a lot of these old cards. Test of Endurance. I think the thing that caught my eye about this card is there's a couple of old dudes wearing nappies, duking it out in the sky. If we have learned nothing else, we have learned to survive. I like the look of that. Valor. This guy's badass. Look at the sky behind him, those gray clouds and this twinkle in his eye, very anime. The cracks widened and the shell crumbled, and valor spread throughout the land. Yeah, I love the look of that. I think this was like, I remember the pack of cards I bought this in. He was like on the front cover of the pack. This was like the face of that pack, I believe. Guided Strike. May the ancestor strengthen my hand and guide my blade. This dude's straight up fighting a dinosaur. He's got a sword. Look at the sky behind him, probably orange from the fires back there, and the beautiful purple lavenders down here, fighting a dinosaur in a field of lavenders. That is just beautiful. Yeah, great. I love the art style here. I love the look of it. And we've got pacifism. Even those born to battle could only lay their blades at Akroma's feet. Oh yeah, so this is Akroma here depicted in the artwork. So this is an enchant creature. So you put this on your opponent's creature and it shuts them down. It stops them from like attacking and defending. And yeah, that's her. That is Akroma in the artwork. I always really liked with Magic, they have like a lot of lore and backstory and stuff that is not important for the game, but it's kind of depicted in the art and the flavor across all the cards. It's all really connected in that sense. This is another version of pacifism. It's the same card. It does the exact same thing, but this is, I think, maybe an older version. I never liked the white borders. For some reason, to me, like the black borders were always superior. The white borders I didn't like, but I do like the look of this card a lot. For the first time in his life, Grak felt a little warm and fuzzy inside. This must be Grak. And I guess the idea here is that he has been pacified and he can't do anything. He's this evil demon who has now got flowers all around him and this little Stuart Little ass looking dude over here on his shoulder. That's fun. I like how they've portrayed that. Yeah, these older cards, I really love the look of, whereas now they're all a little bit more glossy and shiny and fresh looking, whereas there's something about this. I don't know what it is. There's something about this old art. I mean, this one looks almost photorealistic. Good strategists seize opportunities. Great strategists make their own. Very well said. Love the flavor text. Always really love the flavor text on these. Prismatic strands. This one doesn't have any flavor, but I love the multicolor going on in the art. These tendrils grabbing these dudes, pulling them down into the earth. Oh, so good, man. I love it. Mystic Familiar. They saw and the mystic followed. As a kid, I swear that I never clocked the bird in this artwork. I always thought that this was the creature, this person back here was the creature, but no, it's the bird. The creature type is bird, and it is a familiar. How did I not realize that it was talking about the bird? I don't know, but yeah, I love this little bird on the shoulder, and I love the purple of like the wings and the feathers, and then you got the purple of the earrings and the face tattoo, and you got a little bit of purple back here on the flag. Really just beautiful artwork. I've spent hours looking at all of this. We got the classic 1/1 for 1, the Suntail Hawk. It's the 1/1 bird flying creature. This has definitely been upgraded a lot now. I think there's a 1/1 for 1 with flying and lifelink, so Suntail Hawk has no reason to be played. Our forebears once flew like this, carefree, needing nothing but a warm nest and a full belly. Our intellect may be more burden than blessing. Commander Escher. So those are some white cards. And then the islands. Yeah, this is like an old island. Yeah, so you've got lands in this game. You play the land. That is your mana. You use the mana to cast the cards, basically. And I just love, look at this little lighthouse out here. I love the artwork on the old lands. I want to try and find all of my old lands so I can use those in my decks that I play with. Index. Look at this old wizardy dude with his book. Let's see. Mercedia, mercenary merfolk. You know, I really need a better filing system. Yeah, dude. I mean, you're using old book magic. You need the internet or something. This is a super old card, I think. Wizardrix. Oh my god, look at this. A bored wizard once created a Wizardrix out of a bunny and a piranha. He never made that mistake again. This thing is fucking terrifying. Look at this. It's a bunny and a piranha. I don't really see the piranha. Oh, maybe the teeth, perhaps? I see the bunny. I don't know where it gets all its muscles from, but it seems to be like a tree. It's hiding in the trees. This creature does not have very blue vibes, and is also completely unplayable by today's standards. It is a 6/6 for 7 mana that does nothing. Nameless One. Look, this dude's face is in the tornado. Open your mind to me. Damn, dude. Look at that. A wizard avatar. This wizard has magicked himself into the tornado. Cephalid Looter. Amazing, isn't it? What humans will throw away when they're drowning. Yeah, this stuff was like so intriguing to me as a kid. I felt like I was like learning a lot of like terminology and stuff. Probably earlier than I should. I think I was learning about what drowning meant at probably, yeah, younger than I probably should have done. But I love all the colors going on here. The little glow down here. This guy's come down and he's finding his little trinkets and treasures. Long-term plans. Wait, it'll come to me in a minute. I love this. Yeah, the potion. Like, I love all the glimmers and the rays coming off the potion there. It's cool looking. These cards are not necessarily even very good or rare in any way. I just remember like I either like them now or I liked them as a kid. Compulsion. This is one I remember a lot as a kid. This taught me the word compulsion. I was like, what does that mean? And then I like looked in a dictionary because no internet. This one has no flavor text, but I just love this like mask that this person's wearing. She's like a potion maker, a potion seller or something. This is a really cool looking character. Inspiration. Oh, this also doesn't have any flavor text. I feel like it really should. This is like begging for some flavor text. He's realized he's got like a little monkey creature as well. Ooh, he's feeling inspired. This is so great. Scornful Egotist. I think this was also one of the old deck boxes that you could buy that like came with a bunch of cards. I believe this was like the face of one of those as well. Once I was human, now I am far more. Creature Wizard. He's a 1/1 for 8, although you can morph it. And then this is a bad card. This is not a good card. Churning Eddy. When I picked these out, I didn't even clock the name. I was just like, ooh, the art's for this. Well, this one's pretty. Magic is like the tide. Both ebb, both flow, and both serve my whims. Empress Lawam. Who's Churning Eddy? Is this Eddy? Does it say Eddy? Am I misreading that? Churning Eddy. That's like a D&D character or something that you meet. You walk into the tavern and you meet Churning Eddy. Backslide. Some things are better left unknown. Look at this, like this minotaur of some kind. Is this a minotaur or a centaur? No, minotaur. That's the front half is the bull. Yeah, I love this. Like the water, like coming out of his eyes, coming out of his mouth. I think it's water. It's magic or something. Very cool looking. Traumatize. I loved this card as a kid. Again, probably not very good to today's standard. Dreads had half a mind to leave. And yeah, this card is just wacky as hell, man. Target player puts the top half of his or her library rounded down into his or her graveyard. Mage's Guile. Who is she? Next time, don't bother. I love it. Those little quips. This is the kind of stuff I like saying in D&D when we're in combat. I like my character to say little things like that. Next time, don't bother. Rush of Knowledge. Limitless power is glorious until you gain limitless understanding. Whoa, look at that. So what's he radiating here? Is this power or knowledge or both? He's having a rush of something, that's for sure. Then we've got red. These are our mountain creatures. This is a slightly newer card, actually. Not that new, but like slightly newer than the others. Atog. Look at this goofy little guy. He's just a little purple guy. A face only my mother could love. On Dominaria, a scavenger. On Mirrodin, a predator. Ooh, was this part of maybe the Mirrodin set? I can't actually remember what this set was because there was a lot of artifacts in Mirrodin. Sacrifice an artifact, he gets stronger. This might have been part of that set, which is fun as well because like what it does, the flavor is not just random. It's like what it does. It's like, yeah, this was a set that had a lot of artifacts. So the fact that it's a predator on Mirrodin, which is, I guess, a plane or whatever, his whole thing, his ability is he gets stronger when you get rid of artifacts. Insurrection. I should not have been learning the word word insurrection at 13 years old. Or maybe I should have actually. Maybe they wanted to be on the winning side for once. The artwork is really cool. Look at their red eyes. They've been like brought over to your side and then you will make them fight for you. That's really cool. Are these like elvish warriors or something like that? They seem a little bit elvish. They're little wicked Chris's. Nice. Hellbent Raider. Look at this goofy ass looking guy. He's so dopey. He doesn't slow until his spear is weighted with corpses. Damn, dude. I like his boots with the fur down here. And those, oh my God, I've just noticed his thighs. Jesus Christ, this guy does not skip leg day or ab day or neck day. He definitely doesn't skip neck day. He has got a six-pack in his neck. That is very impressive. But I love the armor on this guy as well. Like, it's really fun. He's got this almost like slightly futuristic armor, but just like a bit of a cloth around his groin. It's fun. Tephroderm. He hasn't got any flavor text, but I love the artwork of this. It's like some kind of a... Where's the face? Is this the face? Are those eyes? Is this a nose? I think I never fully understood how this guy was meant to be, but he also has not skipped thigh day, and he hasn't skipped funnel coming out of your chest shooting flames day either. He has honed that skill for sure. Relentless assault. This guy looks like he's wearing like Saiyan armor, like Dragon Ball Z, like Saiyan armor. He's getting beaten down by these two dudes. Mercy. Mercy is for the playground, not the battleground. Oh, badass. Carbonize. This one, look at this. Look at Carbonize. This poor, oh God, this poor bird's getting absolutely roasted and toasted. I like that the artwork depicted is like from other cards as well. So like this guy, I'm pretty sure is one of like the Nantuko or something like that. I can't remember exactly the names, but yeah, Pinpoint Avalanche. Some solve problems by thinking and talking. Others use rocks. Togo, Goblin Weaponsmith. Togo. Goblin Weaponsmith. We use rocks. So yeah, they're just like absolutely nailing this guy with rocks. And then we've got, the swamps. Art style wise was always my favorite because it was like, I was seeing things that I felt like I shouldn't have been seeing, as you're about to see. Consumptive goo, silent as fog and relentless as plague. It is wet, creeping death. Oh my goodness me, look at this. Goopy slime just slithering through a bog of some kind. These dead trees in the background, just completely barren. It's horrible. Final punishment. Oh my goodness me, what's happened to this poor guy? I don't know what this punishment is, but this does not look pleasant. The pain of a lifetime. Every scrape, illness, and bruise condensed into a single moment. Creepy, man. All of this is so creepy. Lingering death. That is so creepy, man. Looks bad. I don't know if he'll make it through the night. You think? Jesus, man. That is whatever he has drank. That is not sitting well with him. Crypt Creeper. Oh my goodness me. To unearth its dinner, it enters itself. Interesting choice of clothing as well. He's got not quite a cape, it's just something like a shawl or some kind around his shoulders. He's got like a little metal skirt of some kind, and he has got abs for days. Infernal Contract. I like this one. But I signed nothing. In quotations. I'm assuming it's this person saying that. Undead War Chief. Oh my God. It has the strength of 7 men. In fact, it used to be 7 men. That's the other thing with these flavor texts, man. They were funny as well. Like, that's funny. That for a zombie that like is has other bits and pieces of other people like growing onto him and attaching onto him, that's funny. Fleshbag Marauder. Now this guy, this is a slightly newer one actually. This is like not an old card, but I picked it out just because look at that face. Look at that face. Imagine walking down an alleyway and seeing this guy. You would shit yourself. Grixis is a world where the only things found in abundance are death and decay. Corpses, whole or in part, are the standard currency among necromancers and demons. Absolutely gross. Vengeful Dead. Yeah, this is another one of those guys that's just like absolutely hench, and he's got other limbs growing out of his torso. Those who don't learn from their deaths are destined to repeat them. Ooh. Cruel Revival. Few Cabal fighters fear death. They fear what follows it. Imagine yourself as a young teenager looking at these cards, being so like enthralled by the art, and then reading this and being like, oh my God, should I be reading this? Nobody was stopping me. Oh, and then green. Have we not looked through green? Okay, I've got a few green cards here as well. Elvish Warrior. Love this little guy. My tales of war are the stories most asked for around the fires at night, but they're the ones I care least to tell. See, that's deep, man. That is deep. Anurid Swarm Snapper. Look at this guy. I love this guy. He's so like, lazy bones. He's not even moving. He's just like catching his prey without even looking at it. Anurids have the problem of airborne invaders licked. You know what? Actually, I have just like unlocked a core memory reading this card. I remember being in my old card shop in my hometown. I think I was 13 years old, and I was literally sitting at the table reading. I played this card, and I remember reading the flavor out. I would do that all the time. I'd play a card, and it was very annoying because you just want to get on and play the game. But I'd read the name of the card, I'd read what it does, and then I'd read the flavor text as well. A Nurid Swarm Snapper may block as though it had flying, now known as Reach. Crozen Wayfarer. The Crozen Forest lives, and druids are its seeds. This card brings back a core memory as well. Oh my days. Well, first of all, can we just admire this dude standing in this swampy forest surrounded by beasts and such? Cool little guy. Little 1/1 for 1, little druid. I remember like walking home after Magic the Gathering Club after school one day, and I remember like looking through this pack of cards, and I got to this one in particular. For some reason, like the vibes of this were making me think of like in Zelda Ocarina of Time, like there's this potion seller in Kakariko Village. If you have like a mushroom or like an odd mushroom or something, the potion seller says to you something like, you have something, don't you? And I remember like looking at this card, and for some reason this card reminded me of that. I don't know why. And I remember saying out loud as I was looking at this card, as I was walking home, I went, you have something, don't you? And this man who was behind a wall, probably on his knees doing some gardening, he just like got up and looked at me, and I was just like, just keep walking, just keep walking. And then we got Elvish Pioneer. This card's nothing special, but this is more of a cartoony kind of art style. I love the range of art styles. You've got some that are a little bit more like cartoony, and then some that are a little bit more like detailed, up to being some that we saw were a little bit more photorealistic. Destruction is the work of an afternoon. Creation is the work of a lifetime. What a note to end on as well. I've got absolutely hundreds of cards, and I would very gladly sit here and like just flick through them all to show you all of them, just showing you all of the artwork and all of the flavor text, because that's what I would do when I was a kid. Like I said, I would sit just by myself after school. I would just look through them, and I'd be like, wow, like this is unreal. This is like anything else I've ever seen. Like I'd collected some Pokemon cards as a kid, and that was really my only introduction to any other card games. So to see stuff like Churning Eddy, you'd be like, Churning Eddy? There's no Pokemon cards like this. There's definitely no Pokemon cards like Lingering Death. Not a single Pokemon card looks like that, let me tell you. So yeah, I just wanted to share that here with you today. My love for this game, what it means to me, what it meant to me, why it was important for me, and why I still love it. So yeah, thanks for watching.